Now we're going to do the side seam. Take the bust line, you're going to pull both edges of the fabric of your muslin together. So they meet along the raw edge, okay? Adjust your bust line, front and back if you have to, so they match up. This is always fun, looking on both sides at the same time to see that the lines do match. Now, when you're pinning the side seam, unlike how we pinned last week, you're going to be pinning vertically. And you're going to be pinning roughly a 1-inch seam allowance from the bust.
Your video and my
We're going to change that.
It's okay. It's funny.
And that doesn't matter how, it's like a 1 inch?
Approximately 1 inch, you will be fixing it when you get it off the form.
Mm-hmm. But as long as they both go together, right?
What?
Evenly? As long as the back and the front, I mean,
They go together.
evenly.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're pinning the same amount front and back. Okay, now, just to shorten the process here, because, oh well, you know, I better go a little further back. All right, one more, because this is the boring part, right?
So you're pinning the garment down the side seam all the way to the floor.
Yes, all the way down. Now, I'm going to take a look at this and look at the bulk, the width of how much fabric I have, and I may want to, in the book she does, taper the seam in a little bit around the waist area to get rid of some of that muslin. I mean, there's a lot that's going to be here. So, where's the waist? I'm just going to reset my pins.
You're right in front of the
I
camera.
insert, okay? So I'm going to change where the seam line is going to be and reset the pins the way I think is going to look good. There's no measurement involved here. It's just your aesthetics. And then it'll go back to my 1 inch seam allowance there. Okay?
Okay,
So see what I did? I moved the pins inward. Now where the pins are will be the seam line. It's not going to be perfectly straight.
It's gonna be like curved in.
A little curved in when
Okay.
you go to actually mark it on the dress form. Okay. Need a marker? All right, now to mark, before you go any further, you have to mark where your pins are. So since they're vertical, you want to mark, vertically on the front side of the pin. Dark enough for you to see. And then on the back side, where you will mark right next to the part of the pin that you can see. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Got it? After you do that, okay, I've got a little wonkiness going on here. After you do that, before you take the pins out, when you take this off the form, you want to make some cross marks as well. So for about every 8-10 inches, again, on the front, just pick a place to mark near one of your pins, and then flip to the back side and mark the horizontal line in the same place. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Olga?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This means that when you sew the garment together, you'll definitely be matching that cross mark or notch
Other side of the
And
notch.
then, yeah, it's the same thing. And then on down, you know, make sure that I would get that cross mark as I sew also. All right? Okay, next step, which I'll do on this one and then flip, is to unpin this seam. Oh, wait. First, I'm going to mark where the bottom of the armhole is. And that's an arbitrary line, but I would pick something lower than the bust, because after all, this is something classic. And you're gonna have a lower armhole. It can be lower than this as well. Don't pin higher than this, because that won't give you any room under the arm to move. Okay, so now I'm going to unpin the seam front to back. And I'm only going to do part of it right now. I'm going to bring the back forward and just kind of lightly anchor it. And then with the front, I take the vertical marks that I made where the pins were and fold the fabric on that line. You'll adjust it if it's not too straight. And match it up to where your match points are on the back. So the fold is going towards the back, and
That's where we're gonna sew it at.
yeah, you're matching the cross marks as you go down. So that when it's all finished, then you're going to take a look and see if it hangs straight down. Ideally, that's what you would like. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly, you can turn it off, I'm gonna quickly pin some more of this.